A very important thing to understand about thermal models in Climate Studio is that what you are simulating is not what you are seeing in the graphics window. So, for example, this right now is my uh, architectural model. I'm naming it thermal model here, but I mean it's on layers in Rhino. If I want to see what's going to be in what's on in my thermal model, if I go to wireframe, I get this view, and you'll see that. So now, what this is representing is what's in my thermal model, which is underneath my thermal analysis, these zones, shading objects, ground boundaries, etc. So in my thermal model right now, I have a south window, a west window. I have different facades of the building. I have the main, the complete thermal zone. I have a ground boundary. Um, and I can turn things off over here. So, for example, if I turn on or off, let's say I want to turn on, um, well, actually, let me do it this way. If I select, uh, I can select my south overhang because it's on in my Rhino layers, but I can't select my east and west. They are on, I mean, these overhangs, they are on in the model here, but they have to, if I want to see them, I have to turn the layer on in the model, and then I can see it here. So there's a little bit of, just kind of figuring out how this works, but the main point here is that what is going to be run in the simulation is what's represented in the thermal model setup that you've done here. You can turn on and off what's visible here. So I could turn off essentially everything. Let's turn off right. Let's turn it all back on so it's the way it was before. Okay, and so let me show you what I mean. I'm going to go back over to my shaded view, and I'm going to run this simulation. And this is my output. So let me say, okay, well, I want to get rid of my east window. I'm going to turn the, I'm sorry, my west window here, turn that off. If I run my simulation again, I remember that's when you know it's running. If this DOS window comes up, I have two screens. That's why you're not seeing it. And we see that nothing changed between these two. And that's because there's nothing that changed in the actual thermal model. So if I want to get rid of this window on the west here, I need to delete that actual window. If I want to make sure I know which one it is, I have to have it turned on in the layer. I select it. I was actually turning on the wrong layers. I turn on the layer, and I select it, and I can see it. So I'm going to delete this window now. Right, so that's not in my model. I can still, turn it on or off here, but it won't have any effect if it's on here because it's off in the model. So now if I run this, we'll see we'll get a different. Again, here's the simulation running, and so I get a different output now because this window is off. Right, so the summary is what you're seeing in the graphics window. If you have it in wireframe and you have everything turned on, you'll see what's going to be on. But if you're in any other view, that's you're going to be seeing layers, not simulation components. All right, hopefully that helps.